Hey everyone, today's lesson is going to be about slope applications. Lesson number 6, slope applications. In order to find the slope or the rate of change for this one, degrees in Fahrenheit in June, I'm going to pick 2 of the points. So I'm going to pick those 2 points. This is my x1, this is my x2. y1, y2. I need to find the slope, which is m, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 76 minus 72 over x2 6 minus 1. So I'm going to get 4 over 5. That cannot be reduced. It's asking what is the rate of change in high temperature between June 1st and June 6th. 4/5 really isn't telling me a whole lot, so I'm going to actually reduce this or change it into a decimal. So 0.8 degrees per day. 4/5 doesn't give me a whole lot of context. 0.8 degrees per day gives me more context. All right, degree rate of change from June 6th to June 8th. So these two, this is now my x1, my y1, x2, y2. So we're finding rate of change again, y2 minus y1. So y2 is 84 minus 76 over 8 minus 6. That reduces to 8 over 2, which then can reduce to 4. I don't need to change this into a decimal. 4 is already a whole number, so 4 degrees per day. All right, and then during which of these times, these 2 times, did the temperature rise faster? Well, it rose faster between June 8th and June 6th. I should say between June 6th and June 8th. It rose the fastest. All right, so Josh decided to start a diet recording, so rate of change between week 0 when he started and week 2. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So 219 minus 224 over 2 minus 0 gives me negative 5 over 2. Now he's losing weight, so my answer should be negative, but negative 5 over 2 doesn't give me a whole lot of context. I'm going to go ahead and make this into a fraction, or sorry, into a decimal. So going from a fraction to a decimal, so he lost about 2.5 pounds per week. That gives me more context than negative 5 over 2. Rate of change between week 2 and week 4, so week 2 and week 4. So here's my x2 and y2. My y2 is 221 minus y1, 219 over 4 minus 2. So it gives me 2 over 2, which reduces to 1. So we actually gained 1 pound. Per week. Well, between week 2 and week 4, he actually just gained 2 pounds. And then rate of change between week 4 and week 6. Week 4, week 6. This is now y1, x1, y1. This is y2, x2, y2. So y2 is 215 minus 221 over 6 minus 4. Reduce this to negative 6 over 2, which I can reduce to negative 3. So he lost 3 pounds per week. So find the rate of change between week 6 and week 8. Week 6 and week 8. 215 minus the 215 over 8 minus 6. It reduces to 0 pounds per week. So his weight did not change. All right, flipping over. So this time we're going to apply the slope to our graph. So finding the rate of change from hour 1 to hour 4. Here's hour 1, here's hour 4. So hour 1 is at 160, hour 4 is at 160. So I'm doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That reduces to 100 over 3. Again, in context of miles driven after each hour, that doesn't really give me a whole lot, so I'm going to make this into a decimal, which is about 33.3 miles per hour. Rate of change from hour 8 to hour 10. Hour 8 is at 8,410. Hour 10 is at 10,460. So 460 minus 410 over 10 minus 8. 50 over 2, which can reduce to 25 miles per hour. All right, the next graph shows change in water depth of the lake from various years. So rate of change from 2000, so 2000 to 2004. So those 2 points. So 2000 is at point 2062. 2004 is at point 2478. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 gives me 16 over 4, which reduces to 4. So between 2000 and 2004, it increased by 4 feet per year. Rate of change from 2012 to 2016, 2012 to 2016. 2012 is at 2012, 62. 2016 is at 2016, 46. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, negative 16 over 4, which reduces to negative 4 feet per year. right, Ava started a savings account with $500. So she started it, that would be my .0500. When she first started, she had $500. After 6 months, she had $731. So find the rate of change. Still doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 231 over 6 doesn't give me a whole lot in terms of context, so I'm going to go ahead and make this into a decimal, to where I would get $38.50 per month is what she saves. Number 6, an airplane is flying at an altitude of 36,000 feet when it begins to descend for landing. So when it starts out, it's at 36,000 feet. 12 minutes into the descent, it's at 29,400 feet. Find the rate of change. Well, it's descending, so I know that my rate of change should be negative. So hopefully when I am getting my final answer is going to be negative. 29,400 feet minus 36,000 feet. 12 minus 0. That gives me negative 6,600 feet over 12. Doesn't give me a whole lot of context, so I'm going to go ahead and divide these two, simplify it to get negative 550 feet per minute. "10 minutes into our workout, Laura had burned 98 calories. So 10 minutes into her workout, she's burning 98 calories. So that's my first point. Second point, 25 minutes in, she had burned 272 calories. So finding the rate of change between those 2 minutes, the 10 and the 25 minutes. 272 minus 98 over 25 minus 10 gives me 174 over 15. Once again, doesn't give me a whole lot of context, so I'm going to make it into a decimal. When I do that, I'm going to get 11.6 calories per minute. For the last one, the population of Beaufort was 16,200 in 2010. 2010 is my X. 16,200 is my Y. And in 2016, it was at 13,824. The same thing that we've been doing, my Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Doesn't give me a whole lot of context, so I'm going to go ahead and simplify this, get a decimal, or get a whole number, so negative 396 people per year have left the city of Beaufort. Let me know if you have any questions. I think we are on the right track.